Hello, everyone, and welcome to Who Gets In, the best podcast. We will explore how power works through reputation and belonging. I'm Daniela, your moderator for the day. I'll be guiding today's conversation and helping connect the past to the present. Our episode today is titled Who Gets In? Social capital and elite gatekeeping. We'll explore how outsiders build power when they're excluded from elite powers. Let's meet our panel. First, we have our historian.
Hi, I'm Kohuan. I'm the historian. I studied the 1830 because I'm interested in how power works throughout unwritten social rules and not just laws.
Next, our Jacksonian.
Hi, I'm Mariana. I am a Jackson supporter and I'll be talking about the events as if I live in the Jackson era.
Now, our correspondent contemporary.
Hi, I'm Giselle, the contemporary correspondent, and I'm interested in how power shows up in culture and media today, especially who gets celebrated, who gets ignored, and why.
And last but not least, our sound and fact check expert.
Hi, I'm Miranda. I'll jump in with quick clarifications and handle the music and ad breaks.
Go Juan, the show has been asking what happened in the Peggy Eaton affair. Explain better what happened.
So basically, in the Peggy Eaton affair involved the wife of the secretary of John Eaton. I remember that it was a elite woman in Washington that the vice president's wife refused to associate with Peggy, accusing her of immoral behavior. This was not just a gossip, it was a struggle of who had social capital and who was considered respectable enough to belong.
Are you saying all this power over elite power?
So basically, by excluding Peggy Eaton, elite women were effectively undermining her husband's political legitimacy. This shows how important social power was. Since wife managed social networks, cabinet members were pressured to choose between Jackson's authority or elite social approval. This conflict destabilized Jackson's cabinet and directly affected his governments.
Okay, fact check. By 1831, most of Jackson's cabinet had resigned because of the fallout.
Mariana, you're a Jacksonian supporter, right?
Yeah, correct.
From a Jacksonian perspective, why did Andrew Jackson defend Peggy Eaton so personally? He publicly defended her, defying social norms. He knew this could really harm him.
Yeah, because Jackson saw himself in her. Andrew Jackson was never fully accepted by the Eastern elites. He was made fun of, called uncultured, aggressive, and unrefined. So when elites attacked Peggy Eaton, Jackson didn't see morality, he saw elite gatekeeping, designed to maintain control. Defending Peggy was Jackson rejecting a system that was excluding him in his entire life, and he was a hero for that.
How does a leader's personal experience, aka Andrews, with exclusion shape their political choice?
It makes them distrust elites and value loyalty over traditions. Jackson responded by creating the kitchen cabinets.
What? What is the kitchen cabinet? I didn't know he had a cabinet company.
No, it's an informal group of advisors who support him when official elites did not. Actually, this is similar to today, when leaders pass traditional institutions and rely on alternative media or royal inner circles.
Context: the kitchen cabinet was criticized, but it increased Jackson's control.
This raises an important question. Can gossip or social exclusion be legitimate ways to check political power?
So basically, social pressure can expose abuse, but it can reinforce inequality. So basically, in the Peggy Eaton affair, respectability politics didn't protect injustice. They basically protected elite dominance.
Exactly, it wasn't accountability, it was a punishment without evidence.
And actually, we can see it the same thing today. Like, public image can end careers faster than any law could.
Yeah.
Giselle, help us understand this better and connect this to the present. How do social capital operate today?
Well, Look at the Kennedy Center honors. It functions like a modern royal court. Invitations signal legitimacy, media coverage, and transform recognition into influence. And absence often signal exclusion. This allowed elites to publicly reinforce one another's status.
So, who gets labeled respectable today?
Well, those who fit elite expectations with behavior, tone, or identity. Anyone seen as too radical or too controversial risks exclusion, even if they're influential or have power.
Tired of being judged by the elite? Try the respectability detector. Just point it at someone and it beeps. Gatekeeping detected. It also has two modes: 1830 salon for petty scandals, and modern gala for fake smiles and donor vibes. Batteries are not included, but confidence is.
This brings us to the ballroom culture. This culture might seem very different at first, but it actually follows the same pattern as always. So, Giselle, why do marginalized groups create their own hierarchies when they're shut out of their elite spaces?
Okay, well, because people still need recognition and belonging, when mainstreaming elites excluded Black and LGBTQ plus communities, ballroom culture created an alternative system of status. So here's the thing. Instead of elite families, there are houses, right? Instead of formal galas, there are balls. And instead of status being inherited, it's earned through identity and respect.
So basically, historically, this happens a lot when officials, elites close off their doors on too many people. So basically, elite people emerge with their own rules and values.
And over time, those outsiders don't stay invisible forever. The ideas, styles, and influence start shaping the mainstream itself.
So, what you're all saying that whether it's Jackson's kitchen cabinet or ballroom culture, countercultures can eventually gain legitimacy and even become part of the establishment. Before we wrap up, here's a quick message from our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by ARC Learning Hub, where identity, resistance, and history come together. ARC helps students understand how excluded groups build power and change systems from the outside.
Social capital decides who gets hurt and who gets punished aside. The real question isn't just who gets in, it's who controls the gate. Thanks for listening to Who Gets In. I'm Daniela, and we'll see you next time.
Instead of formal galas, there are balls and
Ballroom culture. This culture might be.
Q plus.
¿Qué yo hice?
Habla, se escucha.